This presentation will discuss the diffusion of innovation in 3D social virtual worlds. Our main topics will include diffusion of innovation theory, evolution of 3D social virtual worlds, and the application of DOI theory to 3D social virtual worlds. Diffusion of innovations is a theory of how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology spread through cultures. One of the primary theorists is Everett Rogers, who authored the book Diffusion of Innovations. Let's review the major points of diffusion of innovations, as proposed by Rogers. The key areas are diffusion of innovation curve, adoption process, four main elements of diffusion, characteristics of innovation. In the book Diffusion of Innovations, Rogers suggests a total of 5 categories of adopters in order to standardize the usage of adopter categories in diffusion research. The categories of adopters are innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. The 5 stages of the adoption process are knowledge. In this stage, the individual is first exposed to an innovation, but lacks information about the innovation. During this stage of the process, the individual has not been inspired to find more information about the innovation. Persuasion. In this stage, the individual is interested in the innovation and actively seeks information/detail about the innovation. Decision. In this stage, the individual takes the concept of the innovation and weighs the advantages/disadvantages of using the innovation and decides whether to adopt or reject the innovation. Due to the individualistic nature of this stage, Rogers notes that it is the most difficult stage to acquire empirical evidence. Implementation. In this stage, the individual employs the innovation to a varying degree depending on the situation. During this stage, the individual determines the usefulness of the innovation and may search for further information about it. Confirmation. Although the name of this stage may be misleading, in this stage the individual finalizes their decision to continue using the innovation and may use the innovation to its fullest potential. The 4 main elements of diffusion are innovation, communication channels, time, and the social system. Rogers describes 5 characteristics of innovations that affect their rate of adoption. These include relative advantage, compatibility, complexity, trialability, observability. Next, let's take a closer look at 3D social virtual worlds. A virtual world is a genre of online community that often takes the form of a computer-based simulated environment through which users can interact with one another and use and create objects. 3D social virtual worlds have evolved over time. The first use of an online avatar was in 1974. Other key developments are illustrated on this slide. Second Life is the popular third social virtual world at this time. Second Life is a virtual world developed by Linden Lab, launched on June 23, 2003, and is accessible on the Internet. A free client program called The Viewer enables its users, called residents, to interact with each other through avatars. Residents can explore, meet other residents, socialize, participate in individual and group activities, and create and trade virtual property and services with one another, or travel throughout the world. Habbo, previously known as Habbo Hotel, is a social networking website aimed at teenagers. The website is owned and operated by Sioux Lake Corporation. The service began in 2000 and has expanded to include 32 online communities, or hotels. Over 120 million avatars have been registered. There are an average 8 million unique visitors monthly, and 75,000 avatars are being created every day. Canva was originally founded to develop a massively multiplayer online game. In late 2004, Canva released the first version of the Canva game platform. Canva later decided to use its own technology to develop a virtual world that combined video sharing, social networking, and 3D environments. In 2005, Canva started development on the virtual world of Canva, the company's flagship product. The virtual world of Canva was released into beta in mid-2006. As of June 2010, Canva has over 2 million members. IMVU, or Instant Messaging Virtual Universe, is a 3D graphical instant messaging client. It hosts over 90.174 million registered users and 6 million unique monthly visitors. It is estimated that IMVU currently generates approximately $2 million in revenue per month, 90% of which comes directly from the sale of virtual goods. Small Worlds is a virtual world aimed at users age 13 or over. It has over 3 million registered users. The virtual world runs inside a web browser, without the need to download or install any other software. Small Worlds combines media, web content, and casual games inside a 3D virtual world. Small Worlds integrates YouTube, Flickr, SoundCloud, IMEM, and a number of other Web 2.1 services. The site is aimed at the teen and adult markets, and is designed to be more casual than Second Life. In this segment, I will apply Rogers' diffusion of innovations model to 3D social virtual worlds. I will use the 5 characteristics of an innovation to discuss 3D social virtual worlds. These include relative advantage, compatibility, complexity, trialability, observability. One of the primary factors affecting adoption of an innovation is the perceived relative advantage of the innovation. According to the Rogers, this is one of the most important factors. A new innovation is compared to its predecessor to determine advantages. Some may regard 3D social virtual worlds to be the next stage of evolution for the World Wide Web, while others argue that they are actually the evolution of social interaction. From the inception of text-based and 2D virtual environments, one of the advantages of virtual worlds is social interaction. Virtual worlds provide an opportunity to interact with others that share similar interests. Users of Second Life identify improved communication, collaboration, and cooperation as advantages of Second Life. Second Life users cite the ability to meet new people and visit virtual places as primary motives for use. Virtual worlds also allow users to escape from real-world constraints. Hua and Haugton found that the perceived usefulness and perceived enjoyment are main factors determining acceptance of virtual worlds. In another study of online virtual game worlds, enjoyment was a key factor in the intention to play. Rogers defines compatibility as the degree to which an innovation is perceived as being consistent with existing values, past experiences, and needs of potential adopters. One possible application of compatibility is the relationship between Internet use and the use of virtual worlds. Individuals who use the Internet and other online social networks extensively may also find value in the use of 3D virtual worlds. Similarly, individuals with prior experience playing video games and MMORPGs may find the 3D environment of social virtual worlds to be similar to past experiences. The growing presence of 3D virtual worlds for children may influence the future perceptions of 3D virtual worlds. The next generation of computer users will be experienced with using and interacting in virtual environments. The New Media Consortium found that the learning curve was the major barrier to the adoption of virtual worlds. However, prior research supports that perceived usefulness, however, is a stronger predictor of use than perceived ease of use. Users are willing to overcome difficulties in use in order to achieve the desired benefits of use, and over time ease of use becomes less important as the user becomes more familiar with environment. Trialability is the degree to which an innovation can be experimented with on a limited basis. The ability to trial or experiment with a new innovation is important to its adoption. Most 3D virtual worlds offer some form of free basic membership. This can be used to encourage users to experiment using the virtual world. As users become more engaged in the virtual world, they may choose to upgrade membership to purchase in-world objects or property. From many of the reasons described related to complexity, it can be difficult to trial the use of 3D virtual world because of software and computer system requirements. To trial 3D virtual worlds, a person must have access to a computer with appropriate technical specifications and access to the Internet. While offering free basic memberships, most 3D virtual worlds require some form of registration, which may discourage experimentation. Observability is the degree to which the results of an innovation are visible to others. Rogers points out the importance of seeing the uses and benefits that others have while using an innovation. Observability of 3D virtual worlds is difficult since it would require observing others using the application on computers, compared to more ubiquitous innovations, like cell phones. The use of 3D virtual worlds by educational institutions, corporations, and the military contributes to the increased visibility of 3D virtual worlds. Observability of 3D social virtual world use may also occur through social and communication channels. Based upon the research, following are suggestions to increase the adoption of 3D social virtual worlds. Developers should continue to enhance the experience, both social and entertainment value, provide access, without special client download, to increase trialability, communicate the benefits of use through new channels such as social media. Some sites are integrating Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other Web 2.0 media. Don't limit the market to most recent graphics and operating systems. Simplify user interface and controls to attract new audiences.